Hello, friends, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Today, we have found ourselves in the cenobium. We have cleared away all of the enemies. We have put ourselves in a situation where we are facing a large room ahead. I don't know what we'll find in there, but it looks like there's probably going to be a battle taking place because it looks like a battle arena to me. But we will find out. This is Disabled. My name is Ed, and let's get into it. All right. Coming over, having a look. Nothing. We've got Abelard is fatigued, -10 penalty to strength, toughness, and agility. We have to go to the Void ship to remove that. And Adira has head trauma, which impacts her intelligence, perception, willpower, and fellowship. So, not great. A crowd of cultists has surrounded a tech priest, crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally and forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling. In the clench claws of stagnation, in the shackles of iteration 0, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pascal's mechadendrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his vox. I am registering a severe violation of the purity protocol. The blessed Amarnat has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Are you sure he's Amarnat? Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued is the blessed Amarnat's motto. Let's have a look around the hall. The heretics have taken up positions everywhere, and many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading out of the hall. For now, they are all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priest and do not notice you. How is he bearing this torture? A devotee of the Omnissiah is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality, but where flesh reinforced with sacred iron will persevere, the purity of spirit may perish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Amarnat a participant in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. Through sacrilegious torture, they are trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal with which to control the reactor's outer power circuit system. The tech priest's colors are stained with grime. They are diluted, painted over with rot, and yet his heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying flame can be ignited anew. We must save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. The mechadendrite points to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the hall of heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the archenemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coat of arms, even deceitfully worn, all this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws their corrupting attention to you. Cassia stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and the scattered human ashes. Do, do not make me. What is the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation for the power units from the Lumina Deacon's command throne will direct the motive force created by the blessed reactor into the hall. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase it to peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. The safety system protecting the hall is controlled from the machine altar, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee that not a single blasphemer will survive the Omnissiah's wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. If it helps to save a worthy man, I'll put on the cultist robes. I pray that the Omnissiah gives the blessed Imarnot enough fortitude, and we gain Iconoclast +2. 5 minutes pass. Okie dokie. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech. Tingling and foul fever spread over your body, as though these tatters have imbibed the vile contents of their former wearer's soul. That is ridiculous that this world is so volatile.
Have a backup plan.
A grim-looking heretic walks up to you resolutely, blocking your path. As he studies your disguise with suspicion, you note that his left eye has 2 conjoined irises, while his right eye has 4. I don't know you. Who are you, and why haven't I met you before? Throw up your hand sheepishly. Hey man, I'm new. Was sent here to slaughter unbelievers, and I've only just finished. The cultist smiles bloodthirstily. Ah, you're new. That's right. Every newcomer must slit a false believer's throat to prove their loyalty to the edge of daybreak. Did you enjoy it at all? You don't have to answer. I can see you did. Go ahead, brother. Okay. The command throne is not yet ready for the power unit litany. Okay, well that's the one it sent us to first. Let's go here. The altar is adorned with gilded skulls. Threads of metal that used to be electoos are fused onto the bone. Once majestic, the altar has now been desecrated with blasphemous images of blue-green suns. Some of its levers and buttons have been pried from their sockets, but the mechanism still glorifies the Omnissiah with its operation. I identify this as the safety system control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed, and may its spirit forgive us. Forgive us, honored machine spirit. We are obliged to interrupt your work. A mournful Benaric requiem pours forth from Pascal's vox. We'll do tech use. Pascal offers a short Benaric prayer, then enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. The code born out of the tech priest tinkering causes the spirit to flutter confusedly in a snare of impossible commands, heat up the altar's circuit boards, and perish forever in the showers of sparks that burst forth from the melting wires. May we be granted the Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I am registering a general shutdown of the security system. Okay. Next, we needed to go somewhere else. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the other place? Okay, not that. Oh, there it is, up there. Let's go here.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Are you? And yet you found something. What did you find? Cassia? What you doing? Is there a trap somewhere? Am I missing? What am I missing? She find goods? I don't know. Oh, goods. Probably that. Okay. We'll get those in a minute. Not yet. Distribution servitor. A heavy crown of golden neural augmetics rests upon the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken from ruthless gunbutt blows. The pale body is covered in blasphemous inscriptions carved into its withered flesh. I identify this acolyte as a distribution servitor. I am registering upon it traces of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average. Tech use? For the glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep, that it may awaken and serve again. Pascal gently touches the servitor's crown, deactivating one of its segments. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged in darkness. Another touch and several lights on the crown go out. Let the command response hub fall silent. Pascal switches to Benaric speech, accompanying his every action with a line from a sacred hymn. It is amazing how the reverent awe in the tech priest's voice can be discerned even through his rattling vox. Suddenly every light on the servitor's crown comes alive. A shower of sparks bursts from the augmetics on the servitor's brow, and several black, ash-tinted tears run from its empty eye sockets. Ready to serve. Energize the hall's power units to the maximum. It will be done. Okay. Last but not least,
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
a tech priest corpse, his throat slit, sits upon a splendid command throne laced with finely wrought motive force paths. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Lumino Deacon's command throne. This is where the power unit actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Lumino Deacon himself has the honor of closing the circuit the motive force flows through. Let's try our toughness. I will sit upon the throne and recite the litany of actuation. I am about to be greatly honored or else thoroughly charred. Maybe both. Oh, that did not work. As soon as you lay your hands on the command throne's panels, a painful sting of electricity numbs your senses for an instant. Your fingers cramp and your vision grows dim. Pain is visible in the tech priest's eyes as he looks upon the sacrilege. Forgive us, Omnissiah, for such a gross violation of the right of operation. Repeat the litany after me and activate the command runes I point to. Pascal's Vox starts reciting the sacred words gloomily and hoarsely. I took 4 damage.
I'll brush this off.
You try to repeat the words of the litany after Pascal, but you cannot control your tongue, and the convulsions that rack your body prevent your fingers from touching the right command runes. Before oblivion has engulfed you completely, you manage to get up from the throne and just barely keep your unsteady footing. Pascal, kindly sit down on the throne and recite the litany. Pascal freezes, and a quiet whisper comes from his vox. Request denied. I am not authorized to sit upon the Lumino Deacon's command throne. Such an act would be considered a sacrilege. Pascal, saving the relic and your mentor justifies a minor infraction of the rules. Pascal casts a scrutinizing glance at you, then nods reluctantly. Situation deemed an emergency. I request the Omnissiah's forgiveness for the transgression about to be committed. The tech priest's body winces from the motive force discharge, but his vox begins to recite the sacred words of the litany as his fingers activate the command runes with precise, unhurried movements. I am recording a successful activation of the power units. Dip trip, flip fantasia. And just like that,
Always keep my options open.
we finish this area with tons of loot to loot. Oh my god, look at all of that. Wow, I'm here for it. We will collect all. There's more. More. All junk, but that's okay. Oh, we got some more. Heyo. Casing chestplate, heavy armor. 40% armor, 2 deflection, 0.5 dodge penalty. The character wearing this armor will dodge 0% of average enemy attacks in this chapter. This armor reduces the incoming damage of average enemy attacks by 30%. I don't know. It has a higher armor value. Oh, that's Pascal. Let's look what Abelard says about it. Yeah, it's just it's a straight upgrade for him. It increases armor deflection by 1, so definitely something he would want. Okay. More goods. Pascal.
Operation successful.
All right. Anything else to loot? Oh yeah, the goods up here. Beautiful. Is that everything and everyone? Not quite. Heinrichs. Thank you. Good. Okay, friends, I think that's everything. Let's all come in together here. And talk to... Actually, let's level first in case we can get some bonuses we need. And of course, we will start with Gladius. At level 13, we want Psyker Minoris. We've been picking this up with everybody, so that will help us out with our Psi rating. And then also for level 13, we will take Carouse. Abelard, level 13. We want Reckless Fury. Whenever the warrior hits with Reckless Strike, this attack scores a guaranteed critical hit. And then we want Carouse. Okay. See, his carouse is going up. I'm not sure how long he's going to be in the party, though. For Adira, level 13, Backdraft. Whenever a psychic power used by the Psyker deals damage, a random enemy within 2 cells from the initial target suffers half this damage. That damage does not trigger this talent again. And we will raise her perception. And then we have Heinrichs, level 13. We'll go to Ramming Speed. Increases charge distance by 3 cells. I love that. Give him a little bit more movement. And then we don't want Carouse with him because my character has it and Abelard has it in spades. So let's take him with... let's try Lord Xenos. Oh yeah, he'll be the lead on that one for sure. All right, and then we have Pascal. Pascal, level 13. Oh, Pascal, wherefore art thou? Sniper expertise. Perfect spot additionally grants the operative armor pen against enemies that are 7 cells away or farther. So when we get a plasma weapon that is not a pistol, this will help with that as well. And then we want perception with him. He also could use ballistic skill. Well, no, not with plasma. I don't think it matters. So we'll go with perception. And complete. And then we have Cassia, level 13. We want to go with Undum, the Sea of Souls. While under the effect of any navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced by 11. This reduction is increased by the devastating parameter of the navigator staff, but does not stack. Very, very nice. And then we will take Lore Warp with her. And she will have the highest in the party for that. So good. Okay. Let's talk to this tortured tech priest. In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The tech priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive creaks of Benaric prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the tech priest's face carefully. His vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Amernat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Examine the tech priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmetics is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust this tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Do you know him, Pascal? The subject has not been identified and has no record in my catalog. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness. Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanuman. The tech priest looks over at Pascal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What design? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykad my Norris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension, a plan written so that the righteous may follow, and trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression toward it. Pascal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in oh so very long. Ask him about Amernat. You came here because of him, after all. No, the tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Interesting. Myself? To redeem myself, to correct a mistake. Possibly. But how do you... There is a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes, strange given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. You can talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds. paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguent staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Try to take down the tech priest crucified on the machine. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says with sudden clarity, "Many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness, I heard their prayers. Find them, save them, recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration so that you may behold what is hidden." A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed binaric code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours from his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the electro priest's hiding place. Pascal responds with the dour rhythms of a containment aria. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of a schismatical, an unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the Texorcism protocol. What is a schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the arch-enemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. I shall help save him. The possessed man responds with a burst of repulsive laughter. Every now and then a word or two of Gothic finds its way into the binaric obscenities pouring from the vox, in what seem to be the schismatical's tentative forays into a language that is alien to it. His body convulses, his joints twist at unnatural angles with the sound of bursting steel couplings as the possessed man thrashes about. His internal augmetics emerge gradually through the hanging tatters of his flesh, as though an iron homunculus hidden inside the tech priest were trying to cast off the meat cocoon it no longer needed. Pascal's mechadendrite extends a thin drilling needle. Sacred unguent glistens upon it. A code purification aria is heard as the needle sinks into the possessed tech priest's skull and touches his neural augmetic, forming an electric circuit with it. Extreme strain is visible on his face. Furious litanies pour from his vox. Result: failure. Requesting assistance. Send a purifying charge of the motive force into the possessed man's body. May the machine god heal you. Undaunted, you grab one of the severed cables and press it to the tech priest's body, and a shock of formidable power shakes the possessed man. Machine oil gushes from his mouth. His vox hisses deafeningly as the flow of the motive force burns the corruption from its sacred iron. The overloads destroys some of the circuit boards of his neural augmetic, resets his code, and erases the schismatical from existence. The tech priest's eyes roll up and he loses consciousness. Crushed, yet still alive and no longer in the thrall of corruption. With the utmost care, Pascal takes his body from the mechanism and lays it on the floor. His stirring litanies of gratitude to the Omnissiah echo through the hall. Rest, tech brother. We will come back for you when we have done our duty to the miraculous fusion reactor. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engineer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. And we've been needing an engine seer prime. It looks like we now have one. Okay. Well, interesting. What next? Now we see if we can get into where those priests are located.
To the current of the motive force. May its dulcet light shine in our nospheric coronas. May its vitality nourish our augments. May its purity wash over our imperatives and engrams.
As far as I am aware, the monastery supplies power to several major hive cities on Rykad. Hidden somewhere in the depths of this building is a reactor of monstrous, unfathomable power.
Okay, so I looked up the code here to get into this thing. So I have the answer to the riddle, and we were very close. We looked at that front area and found it mentioned a key, and so we decided that key might be the second answer because it's one of the options. And I chose Omnissiah for the first one. My second time around, that was also correct. It was the third one that we were getting wrong. So let's try that again. And I've already read that, so we won't go through it. So the answer is the Omnissiah, from whom the holy discharge springeth forth. Verse 2 calls to you, pilgrim. Let us fill our souls with gratitude toward the arcane key that closeth the circuit. Now finish this prayer, pilgrim. May the unity of the sacred charge's power, the immortal reason that hath created the spark. Verily so! A pilgrim who has learned our ways is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened. And I'm always here for some enlightened gifts. Thank you. We get a pinpointing visor, critical hit chance to ranged attacks against enemies with less than 50% wounds, and arc rifle, which we already have and have swapped out. But we will go to Adira and have ourselves a look-see at the pinpointing visor. There we go. Now let's see if we can get in and find the priest's hideout.
Let us not dawdle.
Circular cogitator once again. Okay. Dar Impulse 6. A shortish, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger, but right now he is showing no sign of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos, or electoos, show through his oddly bluish tinted skin. A tight bandage covers the man's eyes, yet he turns his face straight toward you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice, not unlike a bird's cawing. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful. May the motive force persist in their batteries. Make the sign of the Aquila. The Emperor protects. The man responds curtly as if giving a military command. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. The hallowed electrodynamic cenobium receives you, pilgrim. I am Dar Impulse 6, a servant of the motive force and the praetor electroid of this sacred monastery. Deep bows all around. Pascal bows down humbly before the man. A trill of Benharic signals comes from his vox, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns to you and says, the rank of praetor electroid is a sign of high standing within the electro-priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor. You have the honor of hosting the rogue trader of House von Valencias. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the imminent bearer of the sacred warrant. Within these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of the desecrators. Dar Impulse 6. It was to you, was it not, that Logis Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Yes. Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Logis volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterwards. Tell me more about Logis Abel. We did not speak much one to another. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. What kind of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but such a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or more exactly the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence he wished to comprehend. I have rescued him from the insurgents. I hope the Omnissiah preserves Tech Brother Abel's life, that he may continue to comprehend the mysteries he's tapped into. Why are you calling me a pilgrim? Only those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross this monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of electro-priests, but your intentions are good. If you were not seeking the Omnissiah's wisdom, then it was the motive force itself that brought you here to find it. I have a few questions about this place, and the people in it. Truth is like light, and blocking its path is criminal. The Praetor Electroid nods majestically. You are not like other members of the Adeptus Mechanicus I have met. Our faith imposes a duty of obedience upon us. Every electro-priest is giving numerous electoos that combine in a blessed Voltiggeist circuit, allowing feeble flesh to withstand the might of the motive force. That is why our skin glows with its light and our eyes boil and melt when we are ordained. The Omnissiah's tears is what we call this phenomenon, this dying away of unworthy flesh. As we shun the layperson's primitive means of looking at the world, we gain the ability to sense the motive force around us with our entire bodies. I understand. I am pleased to be the conductor of truth. What happened here, and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon the cenobium, we gave battle, but the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defenders' sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat to the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead for us. I must commend the skill with which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of wounded pride in Heinrich's words, as if he is upset about failing to discover the electro-priest's shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the ark wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litanies, so that the relic may be corrupted, and the world of Rykad Minoris may perish in a fount of fire. But my brethren, in their magnetic meditation, are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. The Praetor Electroid nods toward his entranced comrades. This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices. I swear it. In the monastery, I was attacked by people who looked like electro priests. That is a lamentable mistake. We knew of no help that was on its way, and were not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery chambers. But I see that you live, and I mourn the senseless deaths of my brethren. I wonder if you would so touchingly have mourned the Lord Captain's death, or if such sentiments would have only been awoken by the sound of our void ship delivering a punitive strike from orbit. Damn, Abelard. Get it, brother? My enforcers and the governor's guards can help you reclaim the monastery. I cannot allow this. Lay people are forbidden from visiting the monastery, and only a select few are allowed to behold the ark and the relic within. You and your retinue are pilgrims of a special status bestowed by the Emperor. However, should any soldier unblessed by the Omnissiah cross this threshold, I will deem them a heretic and have them put to death. Confirmed. The presence of lay people on monastery grounds without the Praetor Electroid's blessing will be regarded as a sacrilegious violation of the holy rite of operation. Heinrichs opens his mouth for a second to say something, but changes his mind and quickly clears his throat instead. Sure, better to die protecting their lumens and coils than to accept help from unworthies, and we're left to deal with the mess as usual. Cassia nods thoughtfully. Yes, I see. House Orselio follows the same rules when it comes to outsiders. You made the right decision when you chose to avoid combat and save yourselves. Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy watching unholy intruders stampede through the chambers of my temple. We all envied our brethren who had fallen before that sacrilege began. I wish to get to the holy reactor. The Ark is hidden from pilgrims' eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the high reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion. I must press on. May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful. Okay. Electro priests, and goods. Gimme goods. Yep. All right. Okay. Into the bowels of the monastery. Nothing like monastic bowels.
This is intriguing.
It is intriguing. I am also intrigued. Wunderbar. Okay. Oh, Gladius now has broken ribs. Oh, that's from sitting in the chair and not having enough toughness. Golly. Oh, I started something. The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque barred mask, yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is the husky, somber bass of a void wolf, a boarder of ships. How predictable your path is. How static. All the possible deaths you have skirted, only to perish here in the fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn. The woman turns her mask to Pascal and gloats. You have arrived just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor. Pascal's vox rasps musingly. A cog. I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling mechadendrite whirs viciously as it readies to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From the dust I will build order. Pascal, announce my arrival. Pascal lets out an intimidating Benaric trill and announces grimly. With the Omnissiah's blessing, the rogue trader von Valancius has come before the miraculous fusion reactor, seeking to perform purification and eradicate the corruption. All unauthorized persons are hereby ordered to lay down their arms and humbly accept their punishment. Humility is the lot of the meek. I am a harbinger of great changes, and visions of the great cataclysms to come have incinerated what humility I had in my heart. The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre, a martyr's voice, young, fervent, and in pain. Time has all but run out. I can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in. A blind slave to what is gone, a faithful servant of what is to come, or a corpse. I would take some time to wrest from you the details of the future that the cult prophesies. Hopefully, when we're done, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech. Ah! Cassia squints and looks away. Yellows, reds, violets, oranges, blues, wild colors that scorch the eyes, but where the motley masks end, nothing but a colorless void remains. Enough. I will rid Rykad Minoris of your tyranny. The woman's voice becomes thin and brittle like that of an innocent child. Execute them in the name of the edge of daybreak. The electro-priests rip their hands off the command panels, rending the flesh on the stakes that pierce them. As their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with the motive force's radiance, all the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for a swift death. Aurora begins muttering an unholy litany in broken Gothic. You cannot make out her blasphemous words, but the name the heretic keeps repeating, the edge of daybreak, digs into your hearing like a blade into defenseless flesh. Its sound is almost physically painful. It spawns strange and impossible phantoms in your mind. However, you manage to muster your strength and banish it from your mind.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Cassia goes first, then Gladius, then Heinrichs, Pascal, Abelard. I keep missing Adira. Oh, there she is, right above Abelard. Wow, like seriously, whatever. So Pascal, Adira, and Gladius, that would be 1 melee and 2 ranged. Cassia doesn't fight. Heinrichs is melee, Abelard is melee. So I want Pascal over here. Gladius going this way is fine, though. Let's start him here. And then Abelard going this way is good. Let's get him as far out here as we can. Okay, and then next we have Adira. We will keep her with Gladius. And I think I can put her here to start. Heinrichs we will pull out in front as well and pull him here. Pascal is going to have to go on this other side, so he and Cassie are going to have to swap a do. So we'll put him here, and that leaves Cassia, who will come this direction. And I will put her... Fortunately, she goes fairly early, out toward the open, and we'll start. Ah, good. She will be able to get into cover before really bad things happen. So, that's not cover. That's cover. There we go. We will use voice of command on Gladius.
Tomes of military tactics.
Reveal the light
Isn't this
on
a job for the
Gladius.
serfs?
And then we'll use bring it down
I
on
may.
Gladius. And looks like he can begin with
On it.
Death from Above. And then Blade Dancer.
The best defense. He never stood a chance.
Beautiful. And then we'll do another Death from Above.
Plan well executed.
And another.
It's as good as done.
And that will finish us up for this round. Or for that part of that. Okay. Cassia still has... she's got some movement if she wants it, but she doesn't yet. We will do that next time. Zone of Fear. I might be able to make that guy move. Oh, I can. Okay, we will use Zone of Fear on him.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Well, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. I was hoping it would make him move or Gladius could kill him, but that'll work. And he is too far away for her to have a...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Yeah, she missed. Okay. All right, now Gladius's actual turn. He will come up. And he cannot get to the Electro Priest, so that's no good. We've got a gunner there. He is going to attack pretty strongly. So in that case, we'll move here. Oh! Well... I forgot about him. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, in that case, we can now attack anyway. And we can dance.
Not me. You should have thought twice before crossing me. Another enemy down.
Beautiful. Move up. And then we will use Blood Oath to give us more movement. And then Death from Above
See to it personally.
to get our health back. This is going very well so far. And we will go ahead and use another Ignite
It's as good as done.
on the Electro Priest. And we are done.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Just a minor set.
All right, Heinrichs goes first.
Well, of course, Lord Captain. I'm done with this one.
He'll charge.
I won't
Endure.
object to it.
Let's make Abelard a bit stronger.
Glory.
Okay.
Yet iron knows no pain.
Okay, Pascal is next. He'll come up, analyze the Electro Priest.
Imperative dictates.
And then joint analysis. What do we have here? Area attack. I can get both of them.
Running binary modified.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Abelard will start.
I will do my duty. Victory
Brace
is
for
imminent.
impact.
It will be
Endure.
done.
And then he will charge.
At your beck and call. I've suffered worse.
Perfect. And beautiful. Okay. Adira is up. We do have enemies. I don't think she can actually target any on my side. She can target over here. Help them out a bit. Can't get the Electro Priest though, which is what I really need to do. So I have 5 rounds till the reactor explodes, and I need to be able to take out all of the Electro Priests before that happens, I believe, is what's going on here. Let's go ahead and we'll take out this guy here on the back end.
Cover me.
Beautiful. And then she will use forewarning on anyone she can see that's close enough. I don't think that's actually anybody. She can use it on Cassia, I guess. Okay. And that's it for her turn.
Chaos guides me.
Focus, bang-pow. Focus.
Chaos guides me.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
They are trying. It's not going well. Okay, Cassia next. Man, she just does not have the movement to keep up with Gladius. I just need to send him alone, I guess, and send everybody else this direction. So we will use this on Pascal.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
And actually, we will... No, there we go.
Me?
Buff.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
And bring it
I'm not
down.
accustomed to being ordered around.
And then let Pascal attack. %. Can't hit at all. Not great. Yeah, it's a pistol. You just...
Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
Alright. And Zone of Fear won't work right now, so we'll end her turn. Okay, Gladius is up. We will come here. And I will activate Death Waltz.
Here's my perfect moment. Your end was inevitable.
And just like that, Gladius has cleared this entire side. Done and done. So I will try to work around to the other side from here on through.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. Who if not me?
Okay, and we're going to end it there because I know I don't have a lot of these left. I don't think. Let's see. A Blade Dancer can do it up to 5 times. Yeah, so I'm done. I think we'll get one more out of it. Yep, that was it. Okay. Okay, Heinrichs is up. We really need to get to that guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll bring him here. Let him attack.
Naturally.
Beautiful. And then he can
I won't
charge.
object to it. Let's see to it.
Endure. And that's good. Pascal is up. We will come here and he can attack. We will analyze.
Binary override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
And golly. Okay. We need to use that next time and help ourselves out. I think I'm gonna swap him out. Get that pistol out of his hand. It's nice when he can hit with it, but man, right now, at least for this fight, it is not working out well.
I took care of this one.
Okay. And Abelard is done. Adira. Kind of in a similar situation here. Not a whole lot she can do.
What is this foreboding?
I should have just put everybody on that side except for Adira, but I did not. I mean, except for Gladius. But I am learning. Learning and discerning.
Emperor, give me strength.
Okay. Okay.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Beautiful.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature. You never stood a chance. Your end was inevitable. I am ready for whatever comes. Another enemy down.
We'll use Blood Oath.
On it. Your end was inevitable.
Beautiful. And that's got us finished up.
I'll see to it.
Oh, that finished it. Okay. Wow, Gladius is a one-man wrecking crew. Enough. Now an aged, rattling voice speaks to you from behind the bloodstained mask. You are powerless to halt the approach of what is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. I see the glow of the final dawn, and that means existence has made its choice. A dagger flashes in Aurora's hand. She drives it into the control panel with all her strength. Now you will see it too. A blinding voltaic arc bursts forth from the broken control panel and strikes at Aurora's uncanny mask. Its metal heats up. Smoke billows through the bars. With a howl, the cultist collapses. The light is gone. Was that it? The final dawn? But why was it so different from what our teacher promised? Aurora shakes her head blindly. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain. You will pay for this. You will. You... The woman's body goes limp and collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pascal examines the corpse with contempt, then concludes dryly, confirming purgation and termination. Heinrichs grimaces in disgust. The heretic took her secrets with her. Pity. The motley hues have rejected her, leaving only a grayish-green thread, the noose that the heretic put around her own neck. I have seen this many times before. No one can escape fear itself. Heinrichs approaches Aurora's body and leans over it. A minute, please, Gladius. I need no more than a minute. Inspect the control panel damaged by Aurora. The cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the sacred machine and toward the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On closer inspection, it turns out to be the lavishly decorated handguard of a sword whose blade has been pried out. Its pommel is decorated with a strange adornment resembling an eye, covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Coonrad's weapon during the mutiny on your void ship. This is no human-made object. It was grown from wraithbone, a material favored by the Eldari. As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together and individual words are distorted, as though they are mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whisper is like the burning red scratch of an unholy claw upon your mind. Not interested in having something scratch at my mind, so I don't like that. I am not going to give it to Heinrichs. I don't know him or trust him, so we will toss the shard into the depths of the reactor. As you touch the handguard, an otherworldly cold envelops your hand. Only a mere instant, as in the very next second you send the corrupted weapon flying into the shining abyss. The terrible wail of several dozen voices pierces your mind for a moment, only to turn into a deafening shriek and break off as a clap of electricity is heard somewhere beneath your feet. What was that? Heinrichs appears behind you. Did you think it a good idea to throw something into the reactor? I'd refrain from such experiments if I were you. Rogue Trader, on behalf of the Holy Ordos, I thank you for your cooperation and release you from requisition. From this moment on, I am at your service. I am ready to come aboard your ship and head for Footfall as soon as you deem it possible. That is, if you do not have other business in this system, in which case I am prepared to assist you in its prompt resolution. Remove Aurora's mask. The iron helmet is firmly attached to the heretic's flesh. Her face is impossible to make out in the darkness behind the bars of her mask, but after peering at it for a little longer than necessary, you wonder if, for a moment, you saw something move. Let us finish cleansing the monastery, Pascal. Executing. Let the Omnissiah given motive force flow and all obstacles in its path be eradicated. Okay. Are we done? Blasphemous Prism. A glass prism crafted by the cultists of the Final Dawn. It belonged to their leader, Aurora. If you look through it long enough, your vision begins to deceive your mind, showing what could be instead of what is. Avenger Gauntlets. All attacks of opportunity deal an additional 8 damage. Well, I do like that. Okay, and we have Miraculous Fusion Reactor. Okay. And I think we are done here, except for some looting. Let's get that handled. Well, it looks like we have handled Aurora and everything going on at the reactor. So good on us, I suppose. Now we have to return to the governor, tell him what is happening, and Solomorn, I suppose. And then we should have everything we need from this system, and we can move forward to, I guess, Footfall is our next location. It's a thing that's been mentioned several times. I don't know. But at least something that's in a different system. We're done with this system. We need to move on. So, guys, that's exciting, but I think you will need to join me for that next time. This has been Disabled. My name is Ed, and please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe because it helps me out tremendously. But in the meantime, make your way with love and light. Thank you so much for joining me on our journey today, and goodbye.